In the past few years, the public and generally the world as a whole has seemed very polarized to me. Everyone has to pick a side and commit to it, whether you're either with someone or against them. Nothing more, nothing less. You're one or the other. And maybe getting older has just opened my eyes to this more and made this more evident, or it truly has been growing in recent years. I can't tell, but I know that today it's evident no matter what perspective you look at it from. And the reason I bring this up now is, as you probably guessed, the upcoming election. As always, it's one side versus the other, and everyone strongly supports one candidate while hating and harassing the other. At face value anyways, it does seem like that, and no matter what decision you make, in someone's eyes, it's the wrong one. But I don't want to bring politics specifically into this, at least on its own, because there's already enough of that on any other media source you look at, and frankly, I don't want to feed into that either. The point is, despite it all being thrown at our face, no matter how it's presented to us, there are people that aren't as polarized in their decisions and beliefs as it may seem. I consider myself a pretty middle-of-the-road guy, personally. Maybe I can attribute it to my analytical personality or inability to come to a decision. Either way, I see both sides of most issues or debates, often agreeing with some of what both sides have to say, and disagreeing with most. I don't just form one solid opinion because a group told me I have to, and any opinion I form is always subject to change. That's just how I operate. And this goes beyond political or issue-based conversations too. Take something like a show, for instance. People form opinions on the show as they watch it. If it comes from something like a series or is adapted from other projects or mediums, those who were familiar with the original product might not like it, such as if it didn't remain faithful to the source material. Others, such as people who have never interacted with the property and are just experiencing it for the first time, might really enjoy the show for its captivating storytelling and beautiful visuals. The familiar crowd might acknowledge this, but still not give it the credit, and the new crowd could possibly call it for new audiences like them, and that it should be given a chance on its own. This is just one of many examples, but oftentimes we're called by people from one side or another to either like or hate the show, the product. There's no in between, no room to just settle, give it the credit it's due, and comment on the rest, and just say, the show was alright. I might not watch it again, and it may not be exactly like its source material, but it was fun and visually appealing, and I enjoyed it. You can't just be right in the middle. And oftentimes, most people who are truly in the middle are pressured into hating, simply because their opinion lied on the fringe. Mediocrity is okay. It's fine to be in the middle, to not have a solid, conclusive opinion. The people, media, and entities of today will constantly try to convince you otherwise, beating you to your knees until you comply to the polarity of today's society. I feel like that's a lesson and also a breed of people that is becoming increasingly rare, and we continue to fall into categories too heavily engrossed in their own viewpoint to consider those of others. We as a society, socially, professionally, and economically, would be so much better off if we just took the time to listen to all sides of the conversation and consider what each has to offer, and to allow others to settle in the middle or somewhere else completely, as opposed to good or bad, right or left, red or blue, Pepsi or Coke, even though Coke is arguably better. Stick to your opinions, yet also listen to those of others and consider them with respect. We all deserve communication and the right to voice our thoughts while protecting them at the same time. Be the middle ground that our ever polarized society needs now more than ever. Once again, I appreciate your support and hope you'll consider my viewpoint in this thoughtful, middle-minded manner as well. With that said, thank you so much, and I'll catch you all in the next video.